Ready? So straight down that one.
Yeah. Yes, guys, Andy here. Thank you very much for joining us. Just before we get into the episode, we're trying to get our YouTube channel a bit, No, I'm going to start again.
Do this shit.
Yeah. Yes, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Andy here. I've done it again. Fuck off. Yes, guys, Andy here. Thank you so much for joining. He's laughing now, so what am I going to do? Yes, guys, Andy here. Thank you so much for joining us. Just before we get into the episode, please make your way over to the Rookie Season Pod on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share with all your friends. Get involved. Send us a DM. Send us some comments. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Here's the episode.
Good. Now, Steve, you do yours.
Oh, here we go now. Hello, welcome back. It's that time of week again. Thank God for it, eh? I'm Andy, aka the Rookie. To my left, Stephen Lloyd.
What's going on? I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, all right, depending which way you're watching. How you doing?
Yeah, doing good, man. Doing good. Big week of hockey.
Yeah,
some really good stuff.
We're getting to the business end now, aren't we?
There we go. Not long left now.
You did tell me you've gone a bit overboard with your notes this week, so you're getting really stuck into it.
I thought I'd pull my finger out this week.
Yeah.
I was like, I see all the effort that you've done these last 20 plus episodes, and I figure,
Really?
maybe I should try and reciprocate a little bit.
Well, do you want to kick us off?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Well, actually, I'm going to push this back to you. So earlier today, you sent me a few posts from a recent Manchester Storm game.
Oh God, mate! As if you were in that. Right. Okay, go on, mate.
So no, I've not seen it. So what?
I don't know.
What
I
do you
don't
know?
That is literally all I saw. So it was just someone. From what I can see from the comment section, there was some just lads there shouting homophobic slurs at the players, or I assume it was at the players, and then they got kicked out, and then they started throwing the beer at the security staff. But again, I'm basing this whole thing off a comment section.
Yeah,
on
it was
a
off the
Facebook
fan
group.
forum.
I've not seen any official articles or anything like that.
Leading on to that, so I think
we're going for the title of most homophobic team. Like, we're coming for your Fife.
I think I don't know whether it's Pride Month. Surely it's not Pride Month in the NHL. I feel like that's been.
No, that's already been.
But Tampa have recently released a Pride jersey, haven't they? I don't know
I've
whether you
got
saw
no
that today.
idea,
Great jersey. It looks really nice.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you start delving into the comments, they're just
yeah.
do you know what?
Are you not going to bring some up?
I sent one of them over. It was just like, this fucking guy, of course he's got like an American flag draped over him. And
Has he got sunglasses on in his truck?
No, not quite. Do you know what? I think that's Jack Hughes in the picture, actually. I don't think it was Jack Hughes who said this. He just put, hopefully we lose this game. And then some guy replied to him and said, I bet you have Grindr on your phone.
Of course he does.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy how it's still...
Who was it now? I think it was the Kraken. Because do you know what the thing with the Pride jerseys is like? Sometimes I feel like they don't really put much of an effort into it. It's like, just stick a fucking rainbow on that, and they'll sell, they'll buy it. But I think the Kraken brought some out. It must have been this season. They had it was like this unicorn on it and stuff like that. They look like they've not just gone for it literally, like whacking a rainbow on it. It looked really good. But
have you seen their jerseys, like the glow in the dark ones? If they did a Pride jersey, that could look pretty badass.
Yeah. They're good jerseys are cracking.
Yeah,
nice design.
Next time we do an order, I'm 100% getting a
Kraken.
I'm gonna get a Kraken.
Yeah.
Like
You've got a hoodie around here. There we go. Yeah. I don't know if the camera can see that. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, actually on the ice, anything stood out to you this week?
No, I mean the playoff picture is quite interesting. If the playoffs were to start today, I don't know whether you've picked up on this. So how's this for a first round tilt?
Go on.
Dallas versus Minnesota.
Yeah, that's so good.
If you were a fan of either of those teams,
well, I was going to say this week's match is Dallas versus Detroit, so we'll sort of delve into them. We'll delve into Dallas a bit more later, but
we'll get into that. But fans of either of those teams, you've absolutely stormed it all season, and you're like, I really think this could be our year, and then you literally meet the team that could fucking eliminate you in the first round. I don't know how it's happened.
I think it's just very uneven distribution of good teams. or the better team, should I say? Like it's very packed in that central division, isn't it?
Two of the teams were gonna undoubtedly play each other, but it's just crazy, like how Dallas have got a point in each of the last, is it 15 games or something?
It's something. They're on a much better sort of streak than even the Avalanche are.
Yeah.
That they are. I mean, we'll like I said, we'll get into this more when we talk about the game. But they are probably the best team in the league at the moment. Would you say? You can make that. Maybe
man, I don't. You can make the argument.
Like, do you know what? I'm going to save this. Let's move because I'm going to save it for the game. I've got a load of stuff about Dallas.
Do you want to move on to the game?
No, we can talk about the playoff races. But
Okay.
I think the East is like where the exciting ones can happen, especially that kind of little wild card bubble.
I think I'd agree
like
with you.
Boston,
Yeah.
Montreal, and then Detroit, and then they just keep swapping with each other.
Yeah,
and,
I think I'd actually agree with you
Columbus
on that one.
are on a good run of form there. They can still do.
Well,
it.
they've managed to get into a playoff berth, haven't they?
Yeah. I mean, like, so at the moment, as it stands, I'm guessing this is. I think this is up to date. No, it's not up to date at all. I don't know why it's.
So you after?
March 16th. There we go. So at the moment, as it stands, so Columbus are only... So Boston, we've moved up. We've moved up a place. We're in the first wild card spot now. Columbus are only a point behind. Ottawa, 3 points behind. They're on the same game. So like, it's mad that even at this point, teams like Ottawa, they're still well within the picture.
Yeah.
Like,
I probably would have counted them out before the Olympic break.
Yeah,
A team like
yeah.
Ottawa, but then it's like there's teams that are absolutely storming it.
yeah.
There's a couple of teams that are like doing, middle of the pack.
Yeah.
And then the teams that are just dog shit, like they're the ones that you've known for a while that they're probably not going to get in. But even some of the teams like in the race for it, could you say they deserve a playoff spot? Like probably.
Do you know
not.
what? Well, no, because they are there. They're not. If we had to be realistic, they're probably not really in the running for it. I'd say Ottawa's probably the cut-off point there. I think the Phillies, Washington. See, Washington were up there a couple of games ago, and it's changed so fast. They've just had that drop. Like Florida, I think they're going to be. They're going to be on a tank now. I think Marchand's got injured for the rest of the season now. This week,
I don't even think they've got enough stock to tank. To be honest, I just think they're going to be in that position where they kind of have to go hard again next season, and if it doesn't happen for them, then it's probably going to be a bit of a slow decline for that team.
Yeah,
we're all praying.
We are.
We're all praying.
Are they more hated than Vegas? Would you say?
If you asked me, sure.
Yeah,
because I'm quite partial to Vegas.
Is it because of Kachuk, or just
maybe because
or is it because of their whole? They've just kind of attracted all these players in ones because obviously the tax laws and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe. Look,
is it a bit of bitterness?
So like 10-15 years ago, if you'd have ever floated the idea to me of Florida winning the Stanley Cup, I'd have been all fucking for it. I just think it's the way it's happened is it's just a team like made of cunts.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is like the unlikability.
Marchand,
but I mean, nobody hates on Ottawa because of Brady. So we kind of like...
Well, Ottawa haven't won a Stanley Cup recently, so it probably does.
Well, they never have.
Are they another one?
No,
right? Okay.
They've not. But it's like, you hate a player, and then as soon as he wins a championship, it's like they're put on steroids. Because you just hate them even fucking more.
Yeah.
So, maybe that's what it is. But, I'm kind of happy to not see Florida in the mix.
Yeah. I suppose as well, like, because they've won the last two. And then before that, I think it was Tampa, wasn't it? The team before that, like maybe just a bit of a fucking break.
But you know what though? It's like there's that many good teams. If you can give me the Florida Panthers of the last 2 years, I'd happily put them in there because I'd love to see how they face against the competition. Which
especially doing it for the third time.
Yeah,
that's a real test.
I think they were struggling for competition in the last. I can't really go back 2 years ago, but at least last year.
So do you think maybe they weren't as good as we think they were, or because maybe the competition wasn't there?
I can't say that, but all I know is like this is the most exciting race I've seen in the last 5 years.
Good, I picked a good season to start
there
watching.
You go.
Then, I think the play again. I'd love Boston just to try and catch Montreal. There are 2 points behind Montreal now. If we can just get that third spot, because it's pretty much going to be you'd think from looking at it, the 2 wild card spots are probably going to be Atlantic teams. I don't think.
So you're thinking that?
I don't think if the Islanders fall out of that third in the Met, they're going to have enough. Oh no, hang on, the Islanders. No, what am I talking about? The Islanders are on 81 points. So yeah, they could do it, but I think. I'm not sure who's below them in their actual division.
So who's actually in the running, not in a wildcard spot at the minute? So
at the moment,
Carolina,
just
Islanders.
Carolina, so from the Atlantic, Buffalo, top.
Of course, yeah.
Tampa, Montreal. The Met, Carolina, Pittsburgh, and the Islanders. Where have they come from? The fucking Islanders. So they're the 3 from that side. Obviously, over in the West, the Central 3. You already know. The Pacific. This is a fucking joke of a division. If Boston were in this Pacific division, they'd be 3 points ahead of like the top team.
Even the Ducks.
Yeah. Anaheim on 77 points.
Right.
Boston
Okay.
on 80.
It's definitely a weak division. You know, going back to the question that you asked me last week, if I had an expansion team, where I'd put them.
Yeah.
I still feel quite comfortable of where I'd put them, but that's me looking at the future
I was kind of
well.
trying to lead you towards the answer of the. So what did you say in the end?
No, I said that I'd have put them in the Met.
Yeah. So I was kind of trying to lead you down and going, put them in the Pacific. You know, it's a piece of piss, that division.
I'm thinking years ahead.
Yeah.
And the way the California teams have like really ramped up the squads recently in the next couple of
especially
years.
like the Sharks. Sharks have got such a young team. They are. I feel like they're going to all come. I think it sounds stupid saying come and go because obviously celebrating it.
And Will Smith. Yeah.
But yeah, when you said about this season being the most exciting, I've got a little stat here. So it was Jamie Alexiak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who's he playing for? Did I butcher that again?
No, I know the name.
He scored the 14th goal by a defenseman on Saturday. So it's the league's total goals by a defenseman at the moment now is 1,001. So the only other seasons there's been that many at this point are 92, 93, 93, 94, and 83, 84. So it's been 30 years since we've had this kind of showing from defensemen in scoring wise. Like, is that a part of why it's just been more exciting to watch? Has the game changed that much? And why all of a sudden this season is it? Well, or do we just have more? Is it just this batch of defensemen just seem to be a bit more exciting?
I mean, that's like back office staff kind of talk, isn't it? I couldn't really tell you why. A lot of the defensemen now are two-way players.
Yeah.
So they do both really well. If you look at Cale Makar, Quinn Hughes, it's a new era of defensemen.
Yeah.
So,
is it like Pep with the goalkeepers? Do you know what I mean? I know people are sick of that now because obviously maybe it's had its time, but you know what I mean? When Pep started, he wants goalkeepers to play with his feet.
With the feet, yeah.
Exactly. So it's a whole new role now. Yeah. It wasn't enough just to be a good shot stopper anymore.
Yeah, I mean there was so in the Dallas game we were watching. Oh my God, I'm trying to think who it was now. There was a defender and he was just spinning like crazy. It was in OT. So we won't go too into the weeds because obviously we're going to cover this anyway.
Yeah.
One of the defenders, man, he was just spinning, like duking all of the players out. Right. And it's like, that's something that you wouldn't have seen 10 plus years ago. Yeah. So now it's just a new era of defensemen.
What was the role previously? Just kind of, first and foremost, defend, obviously.
Of course, but
on the attack, just kind of play it safe.
Yeah,
get hold possession. Either give it to your forwards. Let them do the art.
Yeah. Stand at the blue line. Maybe take a slap shot if it warrants. Otherwise, just get it to the wingers or the centre. Yeah. But now, so it's kind of like Vinnie Jones. What was he?
He was a defender, yeah.
Yeah, so back in the day, they were all like Vinnie Jones, basically, fucking hard bastards. They are now, obviously, but they're just a little bit better players as well.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that all defenders were like goons.
Yeah.
But
all goons were defenders.
Gooners. It's like that's kind of been phased out steadily over the last 15 or so years.
Right.
So
I see some people getting a bit nostalgic for it though. Do you think I understand the entertainment value of it.
Yeah.
Obviously you want some like rough bastards in there who are going to shake things up, but in terms of the product on the ice, is it better? Again, better is such a it's such an ambiguous word. It depends who you're asking, obviously. Do you prefer it now? Is it striking a balance? Like, obviously, you don't want to go too far the other way, where it is just all.
So you know what? So here's a good example. So you were talking about Austin Matthews before we came on.
I was just about to watch it. I haven't watched it now. They were talking about it on something else I was listening to. So obviously you still get instances like that.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So someone like Radko Gudas, who injured Crosby at the Olympics, and now he's just taken Matthews out. Back in
who was the guy last week we were talking about who smacked?
Not Letang.
You know who I mean?
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Crosby's boy, Malkin. Evgeny Malkin. Yeah. So back in the day, Gudas doing something like that, he would have paid for it on the ice from a goon. The purpose of having a goon on your team, depending on how tough this fucking guy and how feared he was throughout the league, was like people would be less likely to make those kind of career-ending plays on your star players because
they knew there was consequences.
You're gonna get fucked up.
Yeah. So it's not like they always had to fight or had to, impose themselves. They just, I suppose, when you get to a certain point with a reputation, you just. That's it. You know not to
Wayne Gretzky. So there was players traded to Edmonton to play for Gretzky. They weren't exactly the best puck handlers, but they could fight and they kept Gretzky safe.
Yeah.
There's a brilliant documentary called Ice Guardians. I've mentioned it to you before,
a few times. Yeah.
And it's they did this.
Maybe we'll watch that in the off season.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. But like with the statistics that they took from European leagues, where like goons weren't allowed. And it was kind of like just strict. You weren't allowed it.
You told me this very early on that they trialled sort of not allowing goons and trying to phase them out, and the injury rates for the star players.
The amount of liberties that those players. So me or you say that we've got half the hockey IQ, half the hockey talent of another player.
Yeah,
and then you just getting tired of them getting around you. So what can you do? You can go knee on knee, you can put your stick in, you can slam them into the boards, you can board them, cross-check, anything just to get them out of the game. And that's not fair, is it?
No,
obviously.
Of course it's not,
So I do think it has its place. If you were going to ask me what I prefer, I think I'd probably hark back to what got me into hockey.
It's a balance, isn't it? You want elements of both. I know it's hard to
you do still see it now, like in the crease once the whistle's gone, and if anyone is inside of that blue paint with the goalie, the defenders will get them out.
Have you seen the Austin Matthews thing?
Yeah.
So what's your opinion? Was that a dirty move?
Why don't you pull it up and just see?
Well, I'll if I can find it. Yeah.
If it takes too long, we could just edit it out.
Oh yeah, it was knee on knee. Again, it's so he kind of comes across him, doesn't he? Like just leaves a knee in. I'd have to see it in like really slow motion, but it looked filthy. That he's not even going for the puck. Yeah,
no.
Yeah, it's that's clear as day. That actually, when I've seen it from that angle there.
And the problem is as well, and not even 4 weeks ago, he's taken one of the goats out of the game for the rest of the season.
This was the same guy.
Yeah, same guy.
So who's he played
He plays
for?
for Ducks.
I mean internationally,
Czech.
He's a Czech player, right? Okay. Yeah, God, it's Crosby and Matthews. It's got a good hit list anyway. But should we get onto the game? Anyway?
Yeah, let's go.
The Ducks, no, not the Ducks. The Stars versus the Red Wings. So Red Wings, the team we haven't covered yet. Mm-hmm. They're like a big hockey name. Like they're one of the few I've heard of before I watched hockey. Just mainly off the. It was Dr. Cox and Skulls
of course.
and the South Park episode.
I've not seen that one.
Have you seen it? No. Yeah, the Stan has to do community service or something, and then he has to coach a little pee-wee hockey team of like 2 or 3 year olds, and they get to play in a halftime game at the Colorado Avalanche, and the other team don't turn up. And all the crowd are on the side like, no, go on, let them play the Red Wings. So they take over at half time. The Red Wings come out and just fucking destroy. They were like, it's really good. But, the Stars though. I think I said this when we watched them.
We watched them against.
I can't remember who it was now.
It was either like Yeah, I think it was one of the expansion teams. I want to say like the Mammoth or
maybe
something.
Possibly, and I've seen them against when they just handed Boston their ass a few weeks ago.
Was that 7-2?
It was
that one?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It was like 6-2, 7-2, something like that. I think you could make the argument they're the best team. Like, I'm going to bring up a person who I think, Wyatt Johnson, third line centre. So I've got some stats here. So have you heard of an expected goals share?
So like projected.
What that means is, if it's above 50%, it means. So say your third line has a expected goal share above 50%. It means that line creates more dangerous chances than it allows.
Okay.
Essentially. Theirs is at 52%.
Right.
52%. That's a third line.
Okay.
Some second lines don't get that well.
Yeah.
And for a at this sort of point in
Just
time,
to say, Vancouver's first line don't get that.
well, there you go. Like, another one was the points of typical points for about this time of the season. For first line forward, it's about 70 to 100. Second line, 50 to 70. Third line, 25 to 40. Johnson's got 73 points. So he's kind of in the low end of the first line.
Yeah.
What a typical first. So that's strength in depth that I think, like, do the Avalanche have that? Would you say that Detroit have some superstars, some great players, but I think when you, so by the way, it was 3-2 to the Stars in overtime. I feel like that is what's going to get them further because they've got that depth. They don't. They have superstars, of course. They have like Robertson, your Finnish guy.
Got Jordy Ben.
Yeah, exactly. So like they've got that, but they've also just got those second and third lines who are just solid,
got depth,
reliable. Yeah.
I don't think I'm ready to kind of tuck tail, and because we've been bigging the Avalanche up.
I changed every week
for a long time. But me
I was saying Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo are going to win it last week.
But me saying that, I'm not saying, oh no, the Avalanche have been so strong, wants to come up against them. No, I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying that there's that many teams with different X factors, and you don't know how they're going to match up against said team. There will be a team in that playoff bracket that will be their kryptonite.
Dallas is, do you think?
Yeah. I mean, maybe, because someone's got to win it, but it all depends on the teams that you play.
If they got to the conference final against the Avalanche and lost, then I don't want one to say it's their kryptonite. Do you know what I mean? I'd allude that to a team where, do you know the phrase bogey team? Whereas a team you should on paper be beating, but for some reason they just seem to have your number.
But over
is that what you meant, or do you just
not necessarily? I mean, I kind of meant it how you've argued it a little bit, because when it is a playoff series over 7 games, confidence and some teams just do get shut down. Like I'm bored of saying this now, but best team I've ever seen, Colorado Avalanche, a couple of years back. When they played Edmonton in the Western Conference Final, it was 4 games to 0, and people thought Edmonton were going to do it that year.
That is what I'm hearing a lot of about these playoff teams, and who are good in the playoffs, and might just kind of they're steady during the regular season, but they're not blowing teams away.
So you'd say Detroit?
I don't know. I can't give an example. Obviously, this is my first season, but like, I don't get how that can be a thing. Like, how can you suddenly be so different? I suppose the way the only thing I could relate it to, obviously in football, would be Real Madrid in the Champions League.
Yeah.
No matter how good or bad they are at that point in time, they seem to just find a way in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Like that's their thing. So I'm guessing there's some mentality where they think when the pressure's on, this is where we do our best work. But
I mean, the thing about this is there's the only way to watch all of these games is obviously if you just like quit your job for like a couple of weeks. But like in the playoffs, like just the intensity just gets turned up to 11, and it's just like. You'll see the change, and referees are a lot more giving of what they'll actually allow.
Really?
Yeah.
In the playoffs?
Yeah.
Why is that? They just don't want to ruin the
playoffs,
time.
baby.
It's
the playoffs, baby. Yeah, it's just electric. Like it's kind of like. God, what was I going to say? There was a game a couple. I think it was Kraken versus. No, it was Utah.
Right.
And we were basically saying just how like electric the crowd is.
Yeah, it was.
So you imagine
yeah.
that for like every single night.
Yeah. Because that was the only game sort of this season where I felt it's been a real.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was such a hot game. That game.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything particularly significant about it. But yeah, I can't wait to see it.
It was kind of interesting as well because I know I've said this to you before, but like a team that's hot, the way that their crowd responds to them, because it was like when Dallas got on the board in this game, they were so fucking loud.
Yeah.
And it's like it pumps you up a little bit because you're like, fuck, I wish I could feel that
about life.
Yeah.
About anything.
Donnie Darko over it.
No, I'm glad that obviously I was rooting for Dallas in this because obviously
you're a Dallas guy, aren't you? I think on the West.
But I couldn't really care less about it. It's obviously Detroit are fighting with Boston for those wild card slots. So obviously there was a no. I have a second team now.
Go on.
Toronto, and I'll tell you why.
Right. You're going to the East again.
I'll tell you why. You know, as we were talking about trades, obviously a couple of weeks ago when the deadline ended, and contracts and conditions and stuff. They're not confusing enough. So I've dug a little deeper, and I don't know why the details of this particular trade came out this week, because obviously it was last year. I'm just going to try and find it in my notes now. Here we go. Yeah. So last season, I think it was last season, the Bruins traded Brandon Carlo to Toronto, and they received Fraser Minton and a first-round pick. Sounds pretty good, but that first-round pick was top 5 protected. Do you know what that means?
Draft pick.
It's top 5 protected.
I think I get what you're saying, but no, I'm not familiar with.
Basically, so Brandon Carlo goes to Toronto, Fraser Minton comes to Boston.
Okay.
If Toronto are in the top 5 draft picks, or so basically in the worst 5 teams in the league, and whatever happens in the draft lottery, they retain that first round pick. Boston don't get it. So if they are above the 5th, so if they aren't quite as bad as the worst 5 teams, Boston gets that first round pick.
Right.
So basically, at the moment, I want Toronto to, push on, just get a few good results, stay out of that. Sounds stupid saying top 5, because really it's bottom 5.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? Cause
top 5 are being shit.
Top 5 are being shit, because there's already enough teams where Vancouver are in there, 100%. Calgary,
St. Louis.
Probably. St. Louis. I don't even know where Calgary.
New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey. A plummet in New York, like Florida.
It's crazy because
hopefully there's enough teams in there.
I'd have put Toronto in there, and it's because I did actually see this, and one of the things that got me thinking was why the fuck are like the way that Toronto are.
Yeah.
Just absolute fucking train wreck, and then they're giving away first round picks.
Yeah. Well, obviously this was last year, but I don't know what they were like last year. I assume I'm guessing they were.
No, I think they got to. I think it was like a first round of the playoffs elimination, like the classic one.
I'm looking at the standings for the whole league at the moment. So this is everyone taken into account in one big table. Toronto are 22nd. So they should have enough to stay out of that top.
Yeah,
top 5.
At this point.
So it's good news for Boston. But obviously, go Leafs. But yeah, let's get back to the game. I can't remember what the point was now. But yeah, talking about Dallas. Why I want Dallas to win? Yeah, it's purely because obviously Detroit are really like. It seems to be Detroit and Boston now. Like even Montreal look like they kind of get booking their ideas.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well, yeah, it's just I'd obviously love to beat Montreal to that 3rd spot, but I feel like they've just got the mentality.
Yeah,
they've got that like, okay, it's serious now. Like we're gonna start pissing around. Like, have Boston got that? Yeah. I don't know.
No, I hope they make it. I think it'll make it like quite interesting.
Yeah.
But I do want to ask though. So if you had gun to your head, if you had to choose a team on the West.
To follow who I like on the West. Oh God, I quite like the Ducks. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing. I can't give you a particular reason. Just quite an exciting.
Yeah, you can't really
Sharks.
explain.
I love the Sharks as well. Yeah. Like they're really. Between the Ducks and the Sharks.
So it'd be an animal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The mammoth.
Awesome.
Buffalo. I don't know the West though. I suppose. Yeah. All the animals.
That's a good question. I paused it. How many teams in the NHL has got animals in the...
Quite a lot.
I'd probably say
Yeah.
about 10.
Yeah. Should we try and name them?
Oh, yeah, fuck this. Alright, let's go.
Okay. No,
that's good.
Do you know what? I'm not going to cut that out. So if you didn't hear, Compton's just asked us how many NHL teams. Without looking, I'm going to...
but type them once we've called them out. Type, just so we can keep track.
So NHL teams with animals in the name.
Ducks.
Right, so ducks. Mammoth. It's extinct, but we're still counting it.
Kraken's a mythical creature.
Do we count the Kraken?
Let's do an honorary mention. Let's see how many we get first.
Okay. Honorary mention. Bruin. Bruin is a bear. It's an Old English word for bear.
Oh, is it actually?
Yeah,
oh, right.
yeah.
Okay.
That's where the name comes from. So I think we can include that.
The Iron Bruins.
Yeah.
Okay. So can we do defunct teams?
No, let's stick with.
I was gonna say the Whalers.
The Whalers. You got the Coyotes. Like we're gonna. It's just stick. With
All
Sharks,
right. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Sharks.
So we're on 5 already.
What's the one behind you?
What's that?
What's the one behind you?
Oh, that's not. That's a like a. What league are they in?
Sioux Falls.
Yeah, I don't
it's
think
like,
the camera can see this. The Sioux Falls Wiener Dogs.
I think it's a WA. Do you know what Sioux Falls? No, I think it would be the OHL.
Right.
Right, come on. Are you ticking these off?
I'm ticking these off. Right. We've got 5.
We got 5.
At the moment, yeah, we've got Ducks, Mammoth, Kraken, Bruins, Sharks.
Fuck. This is tough.
Thing with the Bruins, they don't have the bear in the logo, so I suppose that's a bit of
that's good.
Penguins.
That's cool, of course. The Penguins.
Great pop quiz question.
Yeah.
This is good.
I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah, man, I am struggling.
Thing is that we probably should have looked up how. Do you know what? I'm going to look at the table now. I'm going to hand it over to you. So
What do you mean?
So I'll let you guess the rest, and so because otherwise we might name 9. I'd be like, oh no, there must be more, and we've already named all of them. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to tell you how many you've not named. So we've got 1.
What time are we on Compton?
It's 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Right.
Yeah, I've got time.
2.
I don't know why I brought that up, guys. I'm sorry.
No, that's
it's
good.
all right.
I like that shit.
I was just like in my head when you was talking about dog. It was like I swear every team you just mentioned.
2 more. There's another 2. Kind of like you could argue, but not really. I'll name it. So the Wild.
No,
They've got. I think, and the Predators.
But we're not talking about the logos.
So
though,
we're talking about the actual name. So the Wild and Predators.
Because I mean, you could even say Buffalo because like.
Well, I'd say. Because they're the Sabres.
Then they had the Buffalo on the jersey.
Yeah,
so
that is the name of the city.
I think we did pretty well.
Yeah. Well, you've got 1 then.
Depending what your metric is.
So if we're not counting Buffalo, we're not counting Wild, we're not counting the Predators. There's 1 left. There's
missing. 1 I'm missing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. People are screaming now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a team we have talked about already this episode.
This episode?
This very episode.
East or west?
East.
On the east?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not the New York Islanders with a crocodile, is it?
No. God, don't bring that up again. Fucking hell. South. Think a lot further south.
Bro, I'm stumped.
Come on, mate. Pretty much as far east as you can go and as far south as you can go.
Give me the division, bro.
Now you're asking. I don't know off the top of my head. Division. They are in the. So they're in the Atlantic. Bottom of the Atlantic.
Yeah, okay. do I need to say it?
Yeah.
Panthers.
The Panthers. There we go. Anyway, should we get back to our scheduled programming before Compton interrupts again? I can't remember what we were talking
Much
about.
else to say about the game?
No. Dallas are good.
Detroit are fucking good.
Are good. I think. Do you know what? This was a good example of the difference between a good team and a great team. As in, Detroit are a good team, but I think that they're quite reliant on a few soups, so Raymond and.
Yes.
Whereas Dallas, like I said, that third line is like to have that strength in depth. I think that's what's gonna. maybe they're not going to go all the way there. Maybe they're not quite. I'd have to
Dallas.
I'd have to look at what the Avalanche's sort of depth's like. I'm sure they're not in the position they are without a good strength in depth. But
maybe they will. You know, I mean, they have came close in the last couple of years.
They have been, a sort of form-wise, since the Olympic break, better than the Avalanche.
Yeah.
I think they're probably the form team out of those big three.
Is it
the Wild seem to have kind of gone off the boil a bit?
Do you think?
I don't know if it's that I'm just not hearing as much about them or what, but yeah.
Okay.
But I might be completely wrong with that. I've got the form guide usually tells you, doesn't it? Like, so so the Wild are 4-4-2 in the last 10. Avalanche 7-3-0. The Stars 9-0-1. So like they're on they're on a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Avalanche lost the last one. Wild have lost the last 2.
Yeah. Legs, that's like a big thing to go into it, because let's say sod's law, they do get Minnesota first round.
Yeah.
You can probably see that going 7 games.
Yeah. So who'd get Minnesota? Dallas. If
it started today.
Really? Mm-hmm. Would they not get? I'm confused now. You're gonna have to Riggs.
So they can still play teams in their own.
Yeah.
Own.
Why would they
division.
get the? So at the moment, the Minnesota are 3rd in that division.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they get Dallas as opposed to Dallas getting a
Let's have a look.
second wild card
On the NHL.
Do you know what I mean?
No, this is what I was trying to get my head around. This is why I said it to you. So the way it would go would be, it'd be Vegas versus Oilers, which I think Oilers are wild card 2.
Yeah. So
Colorado get the Sharks.
yeah.
Ducks would get Mammoth, and it'd be Dallas and Minnesota.
Right. Okay.
And from what I'm looking at,
okay. So the division winners would get the wild card teams.
Yeah.
Obviously, that is
of course, that's what you play for.
Easier.
Yeah, that's what you play for.
Okay.
But the fucked up thing of this is going into round 2.
Yeah.
Dallas or Minnesota would play, Colorado.
Right.
So that's a bit. It's murderer's row a little bit.
It is a basket case of a fucking conference, the West, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
do you know what, I suppose that is where. This is what I love about this sport, though. Now, isn't it? There's story and narrative everywhere, isn't there?
And you know it now as well.
Yeah.
Like,
I can see some of the decisions, like coming to this as a new fan. It's like, why are they doing this whole fucking playoff thing? It just seems like so convoluted and complicated for no reason. But it is like they know entertainment. Do you know what I mean? They've put that into the product.
I don't think it's as convoluted as. So one of the lads at work, he was talking about the NBA, and Compton, you can tell me about this, bro. So NBA, you don't do wild cards, do you? Is it a
8? Like a round.
Knockout round.
7 games.
7 games.
Okay.
So the top team plays the 8 team.
Second team plays a 7, third plays a 6. Yeah,
and then
right.
you go to the next round, which I think is like.
But that basically is the 7th and 8th team. You can call them 7th and 8th. But they're just essentially what wild
so no,
cards
that's fine.
teams.
So you've just explained it to me like a lot better. So this dude at work, he was explaining it to me like, oh no, then they play each other to find out who actually gets in to play like the first team.
Oh right, okay.
That's if they're in. They do this. There's something stupid that they brought in now, similar to what you were talking about, where they're like in a bubble spot where if you get to the 8th spot, you will think. So there's a few teams who are like in some sort of mini playoff brackets,
right,
to get into that bracket.
This feels like I'll have to watch a YouTube video on it.
Yeah.
But, you know,
very, very,
in our own time.
Like it was pretty good when the way they had it, and then they fucking decided they want to change it as they always do. You know, like the Premier League and everybody else trying to do something different because they want to do.
All right, man. All right.
But should we wrap that game up anyway? I think. It's going to be exciting for both. Hang on, before we move on, did you see Ottinger's little own goal with his bro. Just when I think I've kind of seen every type of goal.
Yeah.
Like it's the puck's just in front of him. Did he
stood up. It stood
he
up.
stood up and he kind of mishit the shot, whoever shot, and he kind of just it was just a little
Yeah, it
floater,
was like-
wasn't it? And
yeah.
it kind of just trickled down his chest, landed in front of him.
Yeah.
He's gone to grab it, and like the back of his gloves just knocked it between his own. Like,
It's
it was proper comical.
What
yeah.
made me laugh was the commentator was like, and he shoots a marshmallow at him.
I was going to say that then. I thought I don't know if he'd have heard him say it. I was
No,
like, "What's a
usually they
marshmallow?"
say like it's a muffin, but yeah, he said it
Right.
was a marshmallow.
Like,
and then
that's one of them
oh.
phrases where I don't know what it means, but I knew exactly what he meant.
Yeah.
If someone said, "Oh, he was a bit of a marshmallow," that shot. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've never heard that phrase, but I know exactly what you mean.
It was a bad one to give up, wasn't it?
Yeah. Anything else this week?
This week,
Did you happen to see the US do the sweep over Canada again?
in baseball.
No, the Paralympics.
On the
They beat Canada
Did they win?
in the gold medal match there as well.
Right,
So it's
okay.
3-for-3.
So I woke up and I saw that Canada had got the silver, and I couldn't even be fucking arsed seeing who won it. But I
Yeah.
figured it's probably going to be the US.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me, so that's the treble.
That's the treble. That's true. Is it Canada's game anymore? Can we call it that? Are they frauds?
I guess not. There you go.
Shout out Canada.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know whether you saw this today. World Cup of Hockey 2028.
Yeah. Well, this is.
watching it
I've
before I
got it
left.
on my note. I was going to ask you about this. So, this is This is an international tournament, or is it clubs? Clubs, right? So this. Would
No,
be
sorry, international. Sorry,
tournament.
yeah.
The 3 host cities,
Mm-hmm.
right? Calgary, Edmonton, and Prague.
Yeah.
How are they going to divide that group stage? Because apparently Edmonton are hosting the semi-finals and the finals. So fair enough, you could have a different location for that, because obviously the teams will play all the group matches. I'm guessing Prague is going to have one half of the bracket and Calgary will have the other. But even so, surely it's a bit unfair on the teams after that group stage is
They don't
finished.
have to.
One has to travel to
Yeah.
within the same fucking province. And one has to travel from Europe to Canada.
So maybe I understood it just a little bit differently. So I was.
You probably understood it properly.
So it wasn't too clear. Were you watching the press conference?
I didn't know. I just
with
saw it.
Bettman?
I just saw an Instagram post.
So
and then-
my understanding of it was that the group stages are in Prague,
right.
and then the semis are in either Edmonton or Calgary, and then the final is in
okay.
Edmonton or Calgary.
I thought, from what I read, was the group stages are going to be split between Calgary and Prague.
I don't see how you.
I don't
fucking
think
do
this was.
that.
Yeah,
It's mental.
It's mad. I mean, I can see how they do it, because obviously.
That's fucking
how many,
silly,
how many
bro.
groups? Let's say there's 4 groups. Groups A and B, you play all your matches in Calgary. Group C and D play all your matches in Prague. But it's then the travel that comes after.
Well, yeah, but it
like,
doesn't make sense. It's
you're
like
completely changing time zones.
You
and it's
fuck
just,
all these teams off to go play in Prague, and then there's this US, for example, they're only playing in Alberta. They're either playing in Edmonton or Calgary, and then they get through to the final, and that's where they play. It's too random. So it's like so the games will be played in Calgary, Edmonton, and what's that city that's near?
Yeah, just down the road in Prague.
Prague,
Yeah.
that's the one. Yeah, but that was how I understood it.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. If I am wrong, please correct me. But yeah, I was watching the press conference, and it didn't really help break it down for you.
No.
It just said games are played in, and I just gave you the abbreviations.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, that's about as clear as mud.
Oh, yeah, right. How many teams qualify for that then? What I'm trying to get at is, do Great Britain have a chance?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
No, so it is. There's 3 teams that go out of each 4 quadrant, so that's going to be a round of 12. Which does the maths work out?
Start again.
So I don't know how many. So there's 4 groups.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, 3 teams of each.
Yeah.
Will go out of those. So that's
12.
12. Yeah. Okay. So then that wouldn't be quarters, because that's 16, isn't it?
Yeah. So they'd have to have some kind of playoff round, I'm guessing, or I don't know.
I don't know, because if you keep halving that, then that's down to 3
No,
teams.
you
isn't
wouldn't
it?
half the whole thing. Like maybe the top teams get a bye, and the second and thirds play each
maybe.
other, and that would reduce it from 12 to 9. So that doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so if you go from 12 to 6 and then to 3 and then to 1.
And then they all just get on the ice at the same time. 3 nets.
Imagine a hockey game with 3 teams against each other. Like, that'd be fucking sick. But one of the things that I absolutely loved.
We are a fucking joke.
We're a train wreck of a podcast.
This is crap. Do people watch this?
One of the things that I did like was Bettman said it was going to be under NHL rules, not international. Okay. So if it does go into OT...
What's the Olympics? What was that?
Olympics International. Yeah. So that's where everyone was like, that unless you're American, that game should not have been 3-on-3 in overtime. It should have been 5-on-5.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I do like that they've corrected. But he even held his hand up and he said, look, with the Olympics, we're held by international rules.
Well, I was going to say it's not their core tournament, is it?
Yeah,
so this
exactly.
is an NHL-sanctioned tournament. Okay.
Yeah. So this will be in lieu of All-Star Game. They don't even do the conference, the division game in it. What the fuck am I talking about? Where it's East versus West?
That is like the All-Star Game, is it not?
Yeah, but they've changed the All-Star Game over in the last few years where it's like
in the NHL.
In the first day it's like shots on goal and like who's got the hardest slap shot.
Yeah, they have. They did that in the NHL. It was like the
in the NHL.
Sorry, the NFL.
Right.
Did have like a day where it's a load of little games and stuff. And do it in the NBA, the free throw contest and stuff like all these other stuff. And then they will have the
free throw contest in the NFL.
No, that's the NBA. I'm getting so
3 points.
This is clear. I know
what you're talking about. Fuck this podcast. This will be the last episode of rookie season.
I found the thing that you were looking for as well.
What was that?
The playoff thing. So the first round, the team number 1 plays 8.
Yeah.
But the 8th seed is between number 9 and 10 in playoff thing. What the guy was telling you about.
Right.
So who wins that 8 and 9 becomes the 8th seed.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So they do. So
the ninth place team could still qualify.
And is that
the 10th place team could still qualify?
Is that a 7-game series or is it a knockout?
That's just a knockout.
A knockout, yeah. Because I was going to say, because what would the other teams do?
The actual playoff first rounds is the 7-game series.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what you were on about.
Good stuff. What time are we on?
45.
Right, let's wrap this short.
Well, I tell you what,
we're going well off the rails here.
We've got one team that we still need to cover.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we need to do a poll then, do we? We've got
we're going to tell you what we're
last
watching.
and final team.
Yeah, so
your beloved
next
Calgary Flames.
Fuck the Calgary
Take
Flames,
the craze,
bro.
Calgary Flames.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, she's all right. So the next game that we're going to be covering, the last game that we're going to be covering in this kind of format is going to be the Calgary Flames versus the Florida Panthers. That is on Saturday, the 21st of March. And just one more thing before we do get out of here, for all of the viewers that we've got who are watching hockey on ITV, the next game is going to be Florida Panthers versus the Rangers. That's going to be on the Saturday the 29th at 6 p.m.
Yeah, good stuff. So none this weekend then?
No.
Oh, okay. I wonder why that is.
That's a cheap plug for ITV
yeah,
as well.
Yeah. It's odd that, because like I said before, the weekends, a couple of weekends ago, they had like 4 on during the whole weekend.
But then there's some weeks where they don't have any.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the tactic is there. But
I'm not sure if I'd be too pumped for that game either. But fuck it, if you're a fan of hockey, you'll watch it.
Sometimes it's the novelty in it, like, it's on ITV.
Yeah, of course.
I'll just stick it
and
on
it's a 6 p.m. game.
Yeah.
And just quickly before we get out of here, are you going to be watching the Bruins tonight against the Devils?
I'll probably stay up because now that the clocks have gone forward, the games are at 11 o'clock now. Boston's home games are.
Are we losing our mind? No.
When did the clocks go forward?
No, maybe it did in America then.
No,
that was 29th we go.
Why are all the home games now at 11 then, rather than midnight?
I thought because they were trying to put it more at the forefront of that's a normal time for the East.
Every single Boston home game so far has been at midnight. Fact, definitely. And now they're at 11. So I don't know. Again, what the fuck do we know? We don't know anything. Why are you even still watching?
If you want the answer to that, tune into a different podcast. Yeah. What chaos. Great guys.
Yeah, let's wrap that up there anyway. I probably will watch. I'll probably at least watch the first period and I'll watch the rest in the morning. Exciting times. But thank you very much for joining us. I don't know why you did, but we do appreciate it. I'm Andy the Rookie. This is Steve. We'll be here again next week. Maybe. See you later.